Oh yeah, we're feeling fine.
Good morning, Stackers.
It's podcast time.
Grab a tasty beverage. Let's get in the groove. Synchronize, slurp. Now we're on the move. Good morning, Stackers.
Oh yeah, we're feeling fine.
Good morning, Stackers.
It's podcast time.
Good morning, stackers. Buyers beware, not buyers beware, boomers beware. The gold flippening is coming. We'll talk respectfully to the boomers out there in boomer land, whether it's a friend or a family member of yours, or whether it's you yourself. Got to talk about what's coming in the market at the moment and why gold might be a great idea to at least get into a little bit of your portfolio. Of course, we'll do live gold, silver, platinum analysis, Bitcoin and crypto too, and speak to the wonderful GMS family. If you're watching this on the replay, use the time codes below to go to your favorite part. But if you are watching live, man, do you get to enjoy every single thing we do here at Good Morning Stackers with me, Joe Main. But in the first 1 minute of the show, we do the synchronized slurp. You grab a tasty beverage. I grab my tasty beverage. We slurp them synchronously together. It's the favorite part of your day. The first one for the week, wherever you are. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Do it. We will start the official proceedings in less than 1 minute. But of course, got to tell you a couple of things. Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, and Wealthstack, wealthstack.com are my brand sponsors. You'll hear a little bit more of them at some point in the show. And of course, I'm Joe Main. I've been a precious metals investor since 2010, been a stacker of silver, and I've also been a stacker of crypto since 2013. I've worked in the retail bullion industry, so gold bullion dealers for 11 years. I've had 3 major bullion dealers here in Australia. Now I do this week daily live show. Hit the big red subscribe button to join the GMS family. You get a warm and fuzzy feeling when you do, going out live on X and on YouTube right now. Lots to talk about, and we're going to get straight into it. Then we'll get into some shout outs and talk to my wonderful Good Morning Stackers family. Let's see, people. Let's go straight to sharing the screen. We are going to talk about it. Boomers beware, but I'll actually go back here and start it with a little bit of a time code, a little bit of an intro. Boomers beware. Okay, so this is a friendly message and not like, you're dumb, you're stupid, what are you doing? Oh, it's you guys have been doing really well over the last number of years. Not all of you, of course, but, you know, boomers, it's time to think, if you haven't already, it's time to think about protecting the wealth you currently have, okay? And if that hasn't been in the form of precious metals yet, today might be the time to start thinking about it at least. So if you're watching this right now and you've got, again, friends or family that are in that boomer category, so that's anywhere from, I think, 65 to something. I can double check that. But, you know, send this to them. Okay, not a bad idea to at least have a think about it. Now, we did touch upon this actually quite a bit on Friday, but I want to do a special message to the wonderful boomers out there who we love. I'm a Gen Xer, love my boomers though. They've helped me out in my time, so it's time to help them out too. Let's share the screen. Why? Very quickly, because you guys have seen it before, but in case others haven't, this is the gold to stock market ratio. Okay, it's currently going through a period where gold is highly undervalued to the stock market. It's currently going through a time where we might be seeing, and it's very likely at this stage, nothing is guaranteed in life, of course, but where gold is going to flip the stock market, meaning it's just going to go into a period where it highly outperforms the stock market over the next number of years. If you want to call that 5 years, sure, that's up to you. If you want to call it 10 years, sure. Okay, but there is a period where it will continue or it will start to massively outperform once again. This is the, again, gold to stock market ratio. As this is going down, it's way better to be in the stock market. Now, why am I targeting the stock market and gold in particular? Because for the boomer generation, you've gone through decades and decades of the last, 30, 40 years around about, where the stock market's done probably very well for you if you've just parked your money into, if you're in America, for example, if you just parked it into the S&P 500, or if you're in Australia, for example, you just parked it into the ASX 200, the big indices. Okay, you've probably done really well if you parked it in your big blue chips like your Commonwealth Bank or your Telstra, or you're one of those and you're getting dividends. You're probably doing really, really well, or you've done really well with stocks, and you've been able to increase the wealth that you have. Now we're coming to a period, this is in 2011, where it's actually, so between, and maybe you missed this cycle, okay? This cycle between 2005 and 2011, you would have increased your wealth more by swapping your stock market, all your stocks for gold, okay, and riding that wave. And then since 2011 until around about now, we're in this bottoming area here. It's been much better to stay in stocks, okay? Stocks will way outperform gold, but we are doing a flippening once again, okay? So how long that will go for, I don't know. And where will it top, I don't know. But a lot of people in, who have been precious metal stackers and are following the market, etc., can see a starting. It doesn't mean it's going to happen right away, but a ticking over on the stock market. You've certainly seen, if you've been following the news, the rise in gold prices just recently, and just over the slightly longer term as well. It's only going to continue in that direction in the next, again, 5-10 years, roughly. So that's the ratio, but I guess we can take a look at the individual prices as well. I just want to show you the stock market, in particular, say the NASDAQ and the S&P 500. And what can you do once you have this information? Well, I'll give you some information about that too. How do you buy gold? How do you get into it? And all that kind of stuff, okay? And there's a lot of people watching right now who can also help. So if you pop a comment in the chat, tell our wonderful boomer, and a lot of people who are watching are boomers right here, but if you're a boomer that's woken up to it and you realize that the gold flippening is happening, tell your other boomer friends and family how you can do it. Post a comment right now. How do you get into gold? What's the best place to buy gold from? Let's go right here. We'll show you these. So that's the ratio. You can very clearly see, and I'll just quickly show you again, how this 0.5 level is the key level right there. You can see, and again, we did mention this yesterday, but just really want to touch upon it again for the boomer special, okay? Right here, it's the 0.5 level right there. You start closing months above there again, it's really going to signal a takeoff. Now, can it range for a bit? Can it take a bit of time? Absolutely. But the flippening is occurring, okay? It'll be much better to be in gold or silver than in the stock market, okay? Let me show you the stock market, for example. We are pretty up there. Okay, now some boomers would say, well, I mean, gold's pretty high as well, but so is the stock market. But you've got to look at the indicators, what's saying what, okay? So, for example, you can see, obviously, the stock market has periods where it goes through long consolidations, okay? So back here in 2000, at the end of the dot-com bubble, roughly, it took approximately, that's about 7 years. So if you bought up here in 2000, it took 7 years to recover to get back to that same area, okay? But then it had another dip, so it was a double top. So you actually didn't make any money. If you bought the stock market, the S&P 500, for example, in 2000, you didn't start making money until 13 years later, maybe 13 or 14 years later. Okay, that's a long time. That's a long time for your capital just to be, sitting there. Now, maybe you were smart enough and you realized, you saw the tick down and then you sold down here and bought something else. Sure. But a lot of people would have gotten trapped around here and they just would have kept us like, I'll just wait until it goes back up. Yeah, took 14 years to do so. And since then, we've been this has been a big move, okay? Since, that 2012 level, so over 12 years, we've pumped 280% to where we are now. So if you've enjoyed this run in the last 12 years, if you're up in the stock market, okay, congratulations. As we all know, nothing goes up forever, and it's very important to watch what your particular asset is doing in relation to other things. Is the thing that you're currently in quite overvalued in relation to other things? And that is very true in relation to the gold market, okay? Let's see, are there more signs of a potential ticking over, at least on the weekly or the daily timeframes? At least on the weekly, we had a little bit of a downtick in stocks. We closed the last week a little bit down. Okay, what you can see, it's a little bit of waning momentum. Now, does that mean it's just tanking from here? No. With the stock market, it takes a long time for it to start to correct and then for the signs to really kick in. Okay, but what you can see, at least on the weekly time frame, you can see pretty clearly right there, and actually you can even see from way back here. Okay, again, you can see how the price can keep going up, but the momentum is waning. So price going up, okay, but then you look at it on the relative strength index, and you can see that that's on a downward trajectory. Or really, I should probably take it from here. Okay, so that's from about June last year, and this is from there, and you can see the relative strength index moving down. Okay, so that would be a traditional bearish divergence. A higher high, but a lower high. Okay, and you can see, the momentum, it's just starting to tick over more. You can see kind of like this dome or this arc starting to form like that. Okay, we're probably at like the, towards the top end of it. And then you can see very clearly right here, again, higher high on the weekly. And then if I just zoom in and move that there, you can see that there and there. So let me move that for you right there so you can see a little bit more. Right, so you can see definitely it seems like that the momentum is starting to wane. Are we at the top now? Is it going to take a bit of time, and are we at the top? I don't know, and neither do you, but it's really something to consider for the wonderful boomers out there. And of course, this is for anyone else watching as well, but just a message to the boomers who have done really well in stocks over the last number of years. Maybe you think gold is dead and it's never coming back. If you want to maintain the wealth you currently have, or even potentially increase it over time to pass down potentially to your kids or to your grandkids, really need to look at this particular ratio. So that's the S&P 500. It looks like it's starting to tick over here. Okay, but does that really matter? Okay, let's say, for example, the stock market continues just to slowly grind. Now you could get higher. It could go up to 7,000. It could go even higher. But what is the price of other things doing at the same time? Okay, so sure, you could just keep it in here, starts going up a little bit, but then the momentum continues to wane. So you could you could push, or you could squeeze the lemon a little bit more, and I'm going to wait until it hits there, and I'll get another 10%. Okay, cool. But what's gold doing at the same time? What's that ratio doing? Okay, so for example, and I'll take a look at the NASDAQ as well very quickly. I think that's even showing more like bigger signs. It's about similar right here. So this is the NASDAQ, so tech stocks. Okay, very similar thing. You can see on the weekly time frame, we had a higher high, but gee, it wasn't anywhere near the kind of steep angle. Okay, so it's looking like it's ticking over, closed, and then that very clear bearish divergence right there. So that's on the sort of the micro. Okay, and if you take a look at it on the little bit more macro, okay, similar thing. Cool. Again, does that mean it can't have these quick little pumps back up whenever it goes, oh no, the party's still continuing? Yeah, but the steam is starting to run out. It looks like at this stage. Could I be wrong? Yes. Am I an amateur? Yes. Do I listen to other people who are better at me than what I do? Yeah, absolutely. So I follow their opinions as well. So it's kind of like a conglomeration of everything, including my own personal opinions, right? Based on the weight of evidence. So that's the NASDAQ, for example. So they're the two biggies. And then once again, we come back to, let's take a look at the gold price. Okay, so here is gold on the weekly time frame, priced in USD, okay, 2,935. Now, it is going through maybe a tiny little bit of a momentum loss, okay, but this is over the short term, I would say. So this is the gold price. And yes, many boomers are going, well, gold's really, really high too. Yes, but one will be outperforming the other, okay? So do you want to be in the assets that are both very, very high, but the ratio to one or the other is one is highly undervalued to the other? Well, I would suggest that would be gold, okay? Let's again go back here. Gold, where are we? Gold SPX ratio, right there. And you can see, again, so I showed you the gold price, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, for example, And this is it. Once again, it is absolutely going to tick up at some point. Does it happen this month, for example? What is the, again, this is the weekly time frame. Let me show you the monthly. What is the big signal? Well, closing any month above that 0.5 level. Okay, we've had a bunch of spikes, spike here, spike here, spike here. Could we spike here and then February it's just a resistance again? Sure. But at some point, look at this. It is just, the momentum is really knocking on this door right here. And the more times you knock on it, the more likely it is to open. Okay, I don't see, personally, the following happening, where it does this, then it does this, and then it goes dunk like that. That doesn't seem right. Okay, gold, again, it's in a new bull market. Okay, stock market's been looking overvalued for quite a bit. Looking overvalued recently, I should say. Momentum is waning. That is more likely. When it happens, I don't know. Does it happen here, or does it take a few more months? I don't know. But once we do that, and we start closing the month, and then we hold this as support, okay, then it's just onwards and upwards we go, very likely, up to this kind of level. And we're talking, ignore the time frame. Could it be 5 years, 3 to 5 years? Could it be 10 years? But we're talking at least to parity, so 1-to-1 with the points of the stock market, at least. Again, as I said last week, this is a point where many people would probably decide, and maybe you would, as a wonderful boomer, you would decide to, I'm going to swap my gold back for wonderful points of the stock market, and great, you've really upped your stock market indices. Cool? Yeah. Your shares of the S&P 500 or the ASX 200, whatever that is. But this is coming. Okay, I'm very confident in that. Many other people are. Could we be completely wrong? Yes. But boomers beware. Okay, stock market unwinding, it looks like, but at least putting a portion of your wealth to maintain the wealth that you have through the ravages of inflation, for example, which eats away at your savings. Put it in gold. It will match with inflation over time, or even beat it at some points. And if you at least maintain your wealth, and with this, watching this ratio, you can even increase your wealth over time by getting those highly undervalued stocks later on down the track, whenever that is. So, boomers beware. It is coming, in my opinion. And if you would like to know how to get into gold, well, we can answer those questions for you right now. That's my little boomers beware. We'll do some comments, etc. Then we'll go back and take a quick look at the silver price, what it's been doing. We'll take a look at platinum, crypto, and a bunch of other things as well. But as a boomer, how do you buy gold? Well, it's really simple. You can buy simple things like gold ETFs. So you can buy gold stocks, etc. if you wanted to. What we're all about, and I wish I had some here, and I don't have my ring on at the moment, we're really into the physical metal right here. So literally you buy physical bars of gold, small bars, big bars, whatever it is that you can afford, coins, etc. We're not talking about rare coins or anything like that. It's just 99.99% pure gold stamped into a coin from various mints all around the world. You could buy locally from the Perth Mint, for example. You could buy Perth Mint branded stuff. You could buy any of the other Australian branded stuff if you want to keep it local. Or you can go and buy the many other world bullion coins that exist out there. Of course, I highly recommend Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au. Let me share the screen. Okay. If you want to chat with, I think, is the best bullion dealer in all of Australia, okay, where you can browse via their website. Okay, you can buy all the different types of gold or silver, and they'll also ship it to you for free if you're buying over a certain amount as well. So this is perthbullion.com.au. Okay, how do you pay for it? You pay for it with just a normal bank transfer. They require payment to be very quick. Okay, so you've got to pay within 2 business days, 1 or 2 business days of placing the order, for example. But there's so many options. And if you want to give them a call and just have a good old chat, there's their phone number up the top there, 1-800-880-991. You can speak to Ricky. He is the owner, Ricky, from Perth Bullion Exchange. Ask him a bunch of questions. Hey, I'm a boomer. I've been in the stock market for a long time. I want to get into gold because of what Joe suggested and other people. I've done my research. I think I want to put a portion in there. What kind of stuff would you suggest? And he'll give you some amazing advice. And of course, keep watching this show. Now, also, if you don't want to buy physical gold, okay, and that's cool, you don't have to. You can go away. You can also buy gold that you don't have to store yourself. It doesn't have to come to you. Okay, you don't have to store it in your house. You don't have to worry about that risk of, what if I get broken into, all that kind of stuff. I don't want people knowing or even suspecting that I have gold in my own house. Okay, well, you can use something like wealthstack.com, where you're saving and investing in real physical gold, backed with real physical metal. Okay, except they hold it for you. You don't get to hold it. Okay, but the good thing is there's no storage fees, and it's really cheap to get in. You're talking a 1% premium over the market price of gold. Okay, which is actually incredibly cheap, because no matter whether you're buying, say, $100,000 worth of gold or even just $10 of gold, you can start investing in gold today with wealthstack.com using the phone app. Okay, you download it for Android or iPhone, or if you just want to use the desktop version, you can just go to wealthstack.com and log in or sign up. Okay, use your ID. It's all above board. It's Australian owned, operated, and regulated company. Okay, and you can start buying gold straight away. If you want to buy physical gold, number one, you can't buy $10 worth of physical gold. Okay, it's just way too small. They don't manufacture anything too small. So WealthStack might be perfect for you if you want to save $100 a week into gold. It's very hard to buy $100 worth of gold every single week. You can't really buy $100 worth of physical gold every week. Plus, you're paying quite a large percentage above the market price for that privilege. Okay, wealthstack.com might be perfect for you to save and invest in gold in smaller increments, $100 a week or $100 every paycheck, whatever that is. Go over to wealthstack.com and at least find out more. Check out their frequently asked questions page. I think you'll love it. So that is wealthstack.com. That's a little bit of a boomers message, a message to the boomers. Let's do some shout outs. Pete Repeat, going on last month's history, the judges might need to find another job. I think you're talking politically here. Let's see. Hello, chat mum. Tony is here. Fantastic. Glad to see you back, Tony. G'day, Ray M. Glad to see you, my friend. GMS, everyone says, Ray M. It's been a while since you could watch a live show. Great to have you on the live show, my friend. Okay, so Tony Pearson just watched a video about how 12 US judges are trying to prevent Doge from entry into Fort Knox. Gee, I wonder why that might be. Why would anyone want to stop Fort Knox being opened and audited? Dunno, no surprise there. Absolutely agree. Let's see. Your internet's painfully slow the last few days. Got to get that Starlink. Get that Starlink, Tony. And, do it's not that you can do it yourself. You got it. You got it, girl. I believe in you. GMS Joe, Tony, Pete Ray. Some of the judges' names were also connected to, they're outing themselves as being corrupt. Yeah, sure. Living Adam Man, good to see you, my friend. David Williams, great to see you. Knackers is here, joined the Telegram channel. Yes, by the way, would you like to continue the conversation after the live show is gone? Well, there's a couple of ways you can do that. One, of course, you could continue the conversation if you wanted to on my X account. You could certainly do that, I guess. Follow me. You should be following me over here anyway at It's Joe Main, lowercase I, by the way, because somebody is trying to, this guy right here, somebody's trying to, fake me. So I have a fake me. So it's Joe Main, but with a capital I, okay? I'm lowercase I, all right? So don't fall for that one. I have currently 3,457 followers as of the making of this video, okay? So what was the point I was trying to make? Yeah, you could follow me on here and then continue the conversation in the replies. However, I have a new Telegram channel, okay? I can't show it to you. I can't share the screen, but can I go that? No, Telegram. No, I can't show that right now. But if you go into, I'll post it right now. Oh, I did post it last time, didn't I? So I'll post it right now. Give me 1 second. I'm going to post it in the chat. That is that. Let me get rid of that and that. And then we're about to do Bitcoin and crypto and all that wonderful stuff too. Okay, cut, paste my stuff. Continue the conversation on Telegram. Let me post it in the chat, people. Right here. God damn. How do we do this? I'm going to post it in the chat right here. Here is your Telegram channel. Continue the chat. There you go. Continue the conversation 24/7, and I'll even post it myself, and you can be able to see it right now. That's me. There you go. Continue the conversation 24/7 on Telegram right there. It's Good Morning Stackers TG. So if you want to continue the conversation after the show, join the TG, and I'll post everything there, and you guys can talk amongst yourselves whenever you like. Okay, let's see. There's a PC that joined yesterday. What's a PC politically correct? I'm UPC. Okay, let's see. That's on my phone. Yes, that's right. Tony Pearson says, I could go deeper down the rabbit hole on Telegram. Please, Tony, I want you to go as deep as you like down that rabbit hole, please. Absolutely do that. That would be good. All right, you didn't even know there was a Telegram. Yes, well, you've been away for a few weeks, moving house, Tony. I only started it last week, so just did it. Let's take a look at Bitcoin and crypto and all that sort of stuff, and then we might have a time for a chart request or two. So if you're watching live on X, get a chat request in. There is a chat function on X if you're watching live, or if you can't get to that live chat for some reason, go to my X account, click on the YouTube channel link in my bio, and then start watching on YouTube, and then you can join in the chat. Cool. Let's take a look at Bitcoin and crypto. Ooh, all right, that's the gold to stock market ratio. You should really be watching that, people, if you clicked the time codes. Here is Bitcoin. Okay, go away. And you. Okay, here is Bitcoin on the daily time frame price in USD, 95,000. Once again, 95,800. Once again, back below the key level of 96,500. Okay, very key level we've been talking about many times. Spike, closed above, then it acted as resistance, quick spike. Wow, gee, we went up to that 98,800 level, acted as resistance, quick spike, and then what happened? Oh, by the way, I can't believe I didn't talk about it. Oh yeah, Bybit got hacked. So Bybit got hacked for $1.5 billion worth of ETH, okay? And gee, isn't it interesting where that happened? Bitcoin was just spiking above this 98,800 level, really looking good, okay? And then, Bybit hack happened. Bybit is one of the largest exchanges for crypto, and $1.5 billion of Ethereum stolen. I don't know if there's any other stuff. I think it was just Ethereum as far as I'm aware. It was a very sophisticated hack. Apparently, it's been linked back to, they're called the Laramie Group. It's just a fancy name. It's North Korea. Okay, so apparently North Korea did it. But they waited to the exact right time, didn't it? It just cracked right back up here, was looking good to maybe break 100,000, and bang. That's created a little bit of an annoying spike, okay? The question is now, are we all smart enough to realize, well, that was a hack? Or are we dumb enough to realize that, oh, well, we've just seen the price spike to there, so technically that's had a spike there and now it's looking awful? I don't know that answer. Okay, but we're back below 96,500, which isn't preferable, okay? We really do need to see that clear at least there and do that, and clear at least there and do that, okay? That would be a good sign. 101,000 must close above for confidence, and nowhere near it. 104,000 roughly is the final hurdle for me to signal, oh, new all-time highs are coming imminently, okay? We're nowhere near there yet, and many people are suggesting the momentum, like with stocks and like with the NASDAQ, for example, where Bitcoin has traditionally followed the NASDAQ pretty well. So if I did say before, which I did, that the momentum is looking like it's waning on the NASDAQ and the S&P 500, this could be the same for Bitcoin too, okay? What you obviously don't want to see is it break down below here. Do that, bad news bears. You come back down to that 90,000 area, probably going to be taken out, okay? Again, just no man's land for Bitcoin, but I'd love to see it on this side of this range would be really nice. Let's get back above there, please and thanks. I have no confidence yet that is going to happen. So that's Bitcoin. Here is others being the altcoin market minus the top 10. It is currently in this weird range right here, and nothing yet is saying 100% that we are. Whoever's buzzing me, can you stop buzzing me? Stop buzzing me. Okay, that's getting annoying. Please stop buzzing me. I'm doing a show. Don't you know I'm doing a show, people? Give me 1 second. This could be important. I'll get back to it in a sec. Yes, it's a live show. Stop doing show. Stop sending things. There we go. All right. Thank you. Bloody hell. There. Okay. So altcoins. Let me go back. I'll do a different time code. Here's the altcoin market. Altcoins minus the top 10. Okay. It's in this weird strange. It's not confirming either way whether it's definitely going up or definitely going down. You're just in this range right here. It's got to get out of it. Okay. That's very clear. So if you break back down below 250 billion, then you can then it's party over for a little bit, probably. Okay. And I don't know which way it's going to go, and probably neither do you. Okay, but you close back down below here, not good, then you're at least going to test that $230 billion area. Would it be a spike this time? Possibly not. And then you've got to watch out for the bottom end of this symmetrical triangle pattern. Okay, very big one. Well, actually, that one's not that big. It's this one. Sorry, let me show you on the weekly. That's the shorter term. That's the shorter term one. That's the longer term one. So we just probably come back down to test there. Okay. You would want that to be a test. You do not want to see that broken at all. That is bad news bears for probably quite a long time. That would signal, nah, man, all done. Okay. Total peak in. Okay. I don't want it to even get down to there. I don't want it to get down to the 230 billion and even test that. No thanks. Let's just break onwards and upwards, shall we? Back to the daily. We just need to see the following, which is at least a clear above 280 billion, which we've been talking about. You close 280 billion. Great. Have a bounce. Onwards and upwards we go. That is fantastic. And then you'll be looking at that through this downtrend line here is that sort of 320, 330 billion dollar mark, which would be probably an area of resistance. You need to see it close and hold above there, at least to say total altcoin season still coming. Indeterminate at this stage. Cool. That's all I have to say about that, I think, unless there's any other signs. Let me have a quick look. Do we have bearish or bullish divergences happening? I haven't looked at this for a little bit. I was looking at and I was seeing some kind of hidden bearish divergence, I think it was. What is a hidden bearish divergence? Let me show you very quickly. I've been learning much more about this. Again, I'm an amateur, but I'm learning from different sources. So if you take a look here, this is a great cheat sheet. I want you to take a look at this and you could find it yourself. If you just type into Google divergence cheat sheet, something like that, this would probably be the one that comes up. It's from the babypips.com website, right? So it's a perfect little cheat sheet. So we're talking about regular divergences and hidden divergences. Okay, so a hidden bearish divergence right here is when you have a lower high on the price, but a higher high on the relative strength index or the oscillator that you are using. Most people use the relative strength index. So lower high and a higher high is a hidden bearish divergence, meaning it's a hidden signal that things are going to potentially go lower. So if we have a look on the daily time frame, right here, these couple of very clear peaks, right? So that is a lower high on the price. But if you take a look on the relative strength index, you can actually see between here and that spike right there. Where are we? That's actually a higher high. So lower high and then a higher high. So that's potentially signaling a hidden bearish divergence, meaning a hidden bearish signal that we are going to go lower from here. Okay, so on balance of probability, based on that, I'd have to say that we're going lower, unless, of course, something wonderful happens and we just do that. You start clearing above there, looking great, and then you're onto that sort of 320, $330 billion area. Cool. Alt season is not confirmed at all whatsoever. But let's take a look at a few individual stocks. So individual cryptos. I did mention Toshi. I think I mentioned XRP as well. So we'll do those. quick look. That's Pengu, which I'm still in. I'm going to take a quick look at Pengu because I'm in it and I want it to go up and up and up. Okay, so that is Pengu, which I said has been forming a beautiful, it looks like it's been forming a bottom. If any crypto, okay, let me put it this way. As you know, in bull markets or bear markets, the general direction something goes, individual cryptos can do the opposite, or at least for a period of time. Okay, so as the general crypto market is going down, for example, some things can have a little bit of up and then they might follow the trend back down. But if there's one crypto, based on just the small amount of cryptos that I look at, that could do the opposite of what the general crypto market could do, it is Pengu. Okay, why? Because it's been an extremely oversold twice already. Okay, it's also found what it looks like to be a double bottom on the relative strength index. This is a lagging indicator, I understand, but we are also back into the normal range. Okay, it's at the bottom end of the normal range, but we're back into that area. So it's formed a higher high. Now, out of interest though, here's where the interesting hidden bearish divergences come in. So we have to also look at this on the other side of it. So this is the one that could have the most opportunity to have a higher move, while everything else might be at least consolidating, ranging for a bit until it's confirmed that, oh yes, definitely going lower in the total altcoin market. You could have a bit more of a rise. Okay, that's the only one that I think could do it at this stage, because we're like 90% down. This was an airdrop token for the Pudgy Penguins NFT holders, right? So you're like 88% down from the high, 90% down, roughly, yeah, about there. That's pretty good. Like nearly 90% down would form, a pretty decent bottom. Okay, the fact that we've been somewhat rounding out like that. Okay, the fact that we went into extremely oversold on the daily time frame. We tested it, we came back down. It was a bullish divergence here, and then we've seen that move back up. This is the one that I think could. Am I saying it is? Absolutely not. Okay, so the other thing we need to look at is, gee, what was that thing I talked about, which was the bearish divergence? Sorry, that is really frustrating. So we talked about the lower high and the higher high, didn't we? Okay, I have to prepare myself because I have a position in Pengu. I have a position which is currently underwater at the moment. I need to factor in, gee, do I need to cut this really soon and take a loss? So that was a lower high. Remember the hidden bearish divergence thing we just talked about? A lower high, but a higher high. So it's actually the same thing. If you take a look at that, lower high on the daily, higher high on the relative strength index, a potential hidden bearish divergence. So I've really got to watch out for it. Okay, what would signal that it is not going to occur? Then probably breaking out back into here. Okay, you start getting into there. You start breaking out of this downtrend line. You break out of here on the weekly or the daily or the weekly. Start doing that. Looking better. Okay, I would need to at least see it close above the 0.01 area, right about there, in order for me to be confident. Okay, so that's a potential change of market structure into a bullish market structure. Okay, and then total bottom. Okay, we're not there yet, but this is the one that I think, if it could be done, it would be Pengu. Okay, that's Pengu. Let's take a look at XRP, because I did mention that in the title, one of the titles of the videos. So one of the live title on X. Okay, that's XPD. Sorry, let's do XRP very quickly, and then we'll get your final comments, and maybe we have time for a chart request. Quite possibly get those in. Here's XRP on the monthly time frame, priced in US dollars, $2.56 US cents. Okay, we're in that all-time high territory. Again, like I've said a number of weeks ago, I entitled the video, "Is XRP leading the way?" It kind of feels like it's usually like the one that leads everything else. So, if XRP has a bit of a pump, then it looks like everything else will have a bit of a pump. And then similarly, if it has a bit of a dump, then it looks like that's right. It just feels like the canary in the coal mine. So far, look, we are at near its previous all-time high. So we're under the $3.30 mark right now. What I do like, I'll say on the positive standpoint, is I do like this big downward spike. But look, it's definitely not confirmed yet. If I pop on all of these indicators, okay, on the weekly time frame, we have had that little bottom, okay, right there at that $2.30 level, but we're not above the $2.60 final hurdle, okay? So nothing is telling me yet 100% going up from here or 100% going down from here. It's just in this trading range. Watch out for a potential. Is that a potential head and shoulders playing out? That could be, okay? Is that a shoulder? Is that a head? And is that the formation of a right shoulder? Could be. So watch out for a potential move. And your neckline is, the neckline's actually pretty angled. So I don't know if you could call that a head and shoulders. But watch out for $2.08. And if you break $2.08, $2.10, then you're definitely coming back down to at least the top end of my best buy zone. And that is at $1.70 anywhere down to $1.30. Okay, so just watch out for a potential ticking over here on XRP. See that? Watch out for that. Okay, and yeah, best buy zone $1.70 to $1.30, and that's where I'll probably leave it at for XRP. Indeterminate at this stage. If I pop out to the 3 monthly though, what are we looking at? Here's the quarterly. Look, on the quarterly, it looks good. All right. Quarterly looks good. You had that huge move in Q4 of last year. We're up for the first quarter of this year. Okay, we have gone into extremely overvalued. excuse me, on the quarterly time frame on the relative strength index, but you can spend a lot of time in here. Watch XRP again as the leading indicator, as the canary in the coal mine, potentially as the one crypto to watch that may signal what other stuff may do. Okay, that is XRP. And quick look at Toshi. And then get your chart requests in, and I may have time to look at it, and we'll read all your comments about the boomer stuff, the boomer beware for gold into the stock market, goes from stock market into gold, etc. Here is Toshi on the 1 hour time frame, price in US dollars, 0.0064. We're finding support at, where do you know? Right at the top end of the best buy zone. So we've tapped it right here at that point 0.0006 area, which I did say watch out for a potential bounce. Okay, we had that move. This is on the 1 hour time frame. So let me go to the daily. What do we do? On the daily, we had a spike. Unfortunately, it was a spike. Now, we don't like upward spikes. Okay, spikes, as we say here at Good Morning Stackers, spikes mean SHIT. It's where things close at. Okay, so we did spike above that key level, that key support right there at 0.0007 roughly, but it was a quick move. Okay, so a quick move, failed to hold, fast move to the downside, and potential move down further. We did find that support there at the top end of the best buy zone on Toshi, but we just got to watch out still. Okay, you can still easily come back down here, start testing, that's resistance, and back down. What we want to see is just a continued consolidation. So back down here, that's fine. Find some more resistance. Just do something like that would be wonderful. So we're not out of the woods yet for Toshi. And because we're not out of the woods yet for the general altcoin market, I have to say the same for Toshi. And that's pretty much it. Got to close above that 0.001 area. So around about here, then we'll talk higher prices. But we're not there yet. So just ranging, nothing else to say. If you're still in Toshi, pop a comment below and let me know why you are still holding and why you are still so confident. That's Toshi. That was really quick. Comments. You guys talking about avocados? Knowledge is best packaged in humorous wrapping. I do agree with that. Jason says, I got free eggs the other day when doing a bullion trade. I said you could have gotten more eggs and more for the eggs than we just traded. Living Adam and crypto, blah, blah. Yeah, I love the fact that some of you are like, and I love the diversity of opinion here. All my wonderful gold and silver stackers are like, some of you are like, crypto, bar, humbug. And some of you are like, no, I got some crypto too, And then some of my crypto people who are like, gold's just dead. And other people are like, no, gold's great. I'll get into gold once, the crypto run is over. Is it over? Living Animate said, penguins are cool. Saw the real thing at Phillip Island when I was a boy. Stuck in my memory. So that's a real Melbourne thing, by the way. It's a very Aussie Melbourne thing. I saw the penguins, the penguin parade when I was a kid. Really stuck with me too. It's so cool to go see that. I'll have to take my family one day to go see it. Biden administration can't account for Bitcoin and claimed it's been stolen. Money laundering at its finest. Geez, they're really good at that, aren't they? They're really good at washing that money, aren't they? Let's go through some more comments. Pete Repeat says, I've tried to get my head around crypto, but to no available. I'm with you. Yeah, exactly. Don't do it. Just buy the shiny. I'm not a gambler, LAM. I let the crypto train pass me by. Good on you. So you should. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. Love it. Again, that's just like crypto people say, though, not your keys, not your wallet. Same thing. Dang, imagine being virtually robbed. You know what? I'd rather be virtually robbed than physically robbed, though. I'd rather be hacked than have my house broken into and know that people, God forbid I was there at the time. Well, let me put it. You guys know me, so let me put it in another way. God forbid the person that tries to break into my house. But, my family's there. You don't want anyone breaking physically into your house. So look, if I'm going to get my wealth stolen, I'd rather it be via a hack rather than someone coming in and trying to take it all. Jason, I'm going backwards in these comments. So are these exchanges secure enough to put your money in? No, that's why you don't keep all your money on there. If you've got some trades in there, but, you keep your crypto on... I don't think I have it here. You keep your crypto on hardware wallets, okay, where you have the private keys and you don't keep them on exchanges. Looks like another thing to worry about with crypto. Yeah, it's very simple though. You buy a Ledger hardware wallet, you buy a Trezor, for example, and then you got your private keys, and then it's fine, right? It's all stored offline. Okay, so it's just like that's the crypto version of don't buy gold ETFs. Don't buy the physical. Don't buy gold ETFs, right? Because it's, they can just rig the market or whatever. How do you know the gold's really there? Okay, that's the bullion version of not your keys, not your wallet, not your keys, not your crypto. Same thing. So it's very easy to secure your crypto under your possession. I missed silver. You are correct, Silver Fox. I'll go back to silver. Thank you. You can't love truth and be a PC. Thank you for the reminder. I missed silver. How could I have done that? Okay, cool. So true. How the hell would I have done that? My apologies. Oh, hello. All right. Thanks for that reminder, Silver Fox. Hence the name. Beautiful. Cool. Let's go for it. My apologies. Let's take a look at silver. We'll do platinum as well. We did do the gold market in the first part of the show. Here is silver on the daily time frame. Price in US dollars, $32 and back above $32.50. That's good. $32.67 US cents. We had that move up to the $33.40 level. It did look like the momentum was waning a bit. Did suggest some lower prices were coming, but we did close last week just below $32.50, and we did need to close back above it quick smart. So look, we're back above it. Good to see. It's got to hold it for a week though. So here is the weekly time frame on silver when it decides it wants to help me out. There you go, right there. Here's what I like and here's what I don't like. So what I like is that we're back above $32.50 right now. What I don't like is that we had a lower spike, a lower high on the weekly time frame that we closed last week. Okay, and technically we actually, even though we closed in the green, we closed last week below that $32.50, and the spike was lower than the previous spike. So that kind of tells me that the momentum is starting to wane. Then we also talked about last week, I think last week at some point, the bearish divergence that was occurring at the same time. I think that was. So we were talking about that flattening out. I think maybe it was on the weekly time frame. I think it was, wasn't it? Yes, it was there where you can see. Oh, that's a lower high and a lower high. So maybe I was wrong about that. Was that? Excuse me one moment. No, you've got a lower high and a lower high on there. Was I talking about there? No, that already played out. I think I was talking about a bearish divergence. Give me 1 second. Why was I talking about that? Maybe it was on the 4-hour. But there was something that was telling me that the momentum was starting to wane out a little bit for, I think it was for gold, and that's why I was talking about silver. Yes, that's correct. So I don't like the fact that it's, lower high spike, and we close below that 32.50. So what we need to see is obviously a failure. Look, a failure to close the week above 32. So this week, in 7 days' time from now, roughly 5-6 days from now, it's got to close above 32.50 bare minimum. If you can't remain above 32.50, then we're continuing down, and we'll probably head down into this general area. Watch out for $31 to $30.50. Okay. But while we're above here, great. We've just opened the week though. Start of a brand new week. So you can certainly have a spike and then you can close lower. So just be aware of that. Please start closing at least bare minimum above, this area here. And then we'll talk potential higher prices, but we're not there yet. Okay. Silver over the longer term, of course, going way, way higher. We're talking about, breaking the all-time high of $50 and onwards and upwards to triple-digit silver and all that. Okay. So for the boomers watching, if you're still watching, where gold goes, silver does tend to follow. So silver might be an even better play versus gold if you're looking at moving your money from the stock market into the precious metals. Maybe consider like a 50-50 split in gold and silver. That's not financial advice. That's silver, great above $32.50. Got to close the week. Yeah, cool. Platinum. Yeah, same thing. It's in a trading range. Nothing, cautiously optimistic. We've just opened the week and we've at least got to get above that $985 level. It's got to close the week. See, look at that. Spike, close below, spike, close below, spike, close below. We have to start closing the week. So close the week above around about $985, and then we'll start talking potential higher prices. We're nowhere near there yet. Cool. That's platinum. That's really as quick as it needs to be. Final comments, or if we have any chart requests, and then I'll get out of here. On one of the Big Bang episodes, PCR test was written on the board in the background. Oh, you're really going down the rabbit hole. Really? Was it really? Way before. Interesting. Oh, I don't know if that's a thing. Is it really? Let's see. Biden administration. Bitcoin? What Bitcoin? I must have left it in my other pants. Gerald Draper is here. Good to see you. Wrap your head around Uber. Many things we don't understand. Crypto is as easy as using your debit card or sending a text in short time. I'm probably going backwards in the comments, so that probably doesn't help my wonderful people. Great to see so many people watching. We've done live gold, silver, platinum analysis. We talked about boomers beware, about how you should be moving your portion of your stock market holdings into precious metals very, very soon, because there's a big revaluation or a capital rotation happening. And we've done crypto side of things too. And we're at the tail end of the show, and we're checking if there's any chart requests and doing the final comments, etc. Follow me on X and subscribe on YouTube. They were demanding avocados, 6 for $10. Oh, that's because, exactly, because Tony lives up in the top end of Australia where the avocados come from. So screw you, $6 for $10. Yeah, they are like $3.50 out down here in good old Victoria, in the cold. Let's see, or free from the tree. I wonder how easy it is to grow avocados. Probably not. Well, that's why you're up in that's why they grow up in the top end. Let's see. You're talking about, I think good on you, Jason. That's a good little pusher. In physics, PCR is polymerase chain reaction. Okay, thank you. Stop going backwards. Yeah, sorry, I will do that. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm done with all of this. I think we're done for the day. Yeah, I'm done. You guys are talking about avocados and eggs and not talking about anything topical-wise, but that's okay. I want you guys to continue the conversation on Telegram, guys. So you guys continue the chat on Telegram. Again, I'll find that area. If you right there, it is right there. So it is that link there. Now you can't click the link, but I'll put it in the info section of the YouTube page as soon as I finish the show. So when I end the live, I'll pop it on the thing. Click on the Telegram link. Join. Free to join. Chat with all the wonderful people. Tony, make sure you join, and you can let everyone know about your amazing woo-woo stuff. That has been Good Morning Stackers for Monday, the 24th of February, 2024. Hit the big red subscribe button and follow me on X as well. Finally, we do the final synchronized slurp and we dance it out, people. You've been watching.
Good morning, Stack.
Oh yeah, we're feeling fine.
Good morning, Stack.
It's podcast time.
Grab it.
Grab a tasty beverage. Let's get in the groove.
Let's do the
Synchronized slurp.
3, 2,
Now we're
1.
on the
Slurp.
move. Good morning.
Thanks for watching, people. Love your work. Stay safe, stay informed, keep stacking. See you tomorrow, I believe I will, on Tuesday. Have a great day. See ya.